الله محمد رسول الله محمد رسول الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hadith number 20 was narrated by the companion of the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Mas'ud al-Badri. He tells us that the Prophet ﷺ said, "Verily from what the people had learned from the speech of the earliest prophecy was, if you feel no shame, then do as you wish." And this was reported by Al-Bukhari. The Prophet is telling us ﷺ that the religions that preceded our religion can be also a source of information to us as Muslims. But you have to be careful, because whatever is in the previous religions, it can be one of three. Either it goes side by side with our religion, so we have to follow that, not because it's in the previous religions, but because it's in our religion. Or it might go against our religion, so we have to reject this. The third option is that it doesn't go against, and it is not in accordance to our religion, such as the stories of the prophets and what happened to them. But it doesn't go against our teachings in Islam. In this case, we do not say that it's false, and we do not say that it is truth. And we take it as it is. There's no problem. The Prophet said, ﷺ, if it doesn't go against your religion, then you may say the stories of the sons of Israel. No problem, inshallah. Now this is a prophecy that the Prophet told us, ﷺ, that the people around you now, one of the earliest speeches from a prophecy that came before you, and the people are circulating, is, if you feel no shame, then do as you wish. Do as you please. Now is this a permission? Is it a permission for us, if we have no shame, to do whatever sin or shameful acts we feel like doing? The answer is no, definitely not. This is a linguistic way of telling you and warning you that if you have no shame and you do whatever you wish, you will be held accountable on the Day of Judgment. Because shame is the last line of defense that prevents you from doing things that are not appropriate. And what is shame? And actually, the word used in the hadith is negating bashfulness and shyness. So if you're not bashful, if you're not shy, you may do whatever you wish. So what is shyness that this hadith highlights and puts great value to? Shyness or bashfulness is a feeling that one gets. It's a change in one's internal feelings, because being afraid of being blamed for doing something. So it's an honorable feeling, bashfulness and shyness, that drives people to stay away from whatever condemns them or brings bad reputation to them. And it drives people to fulfill others' rights. So I may be bashful or shy from my parents, and that is why I provide for them and I support them, because I'm bashful. I don't want to be ashamed of not supporting them. It's a duty of mine. And this duty cascades on all aspects of life. And not only that, the hadith also means that if you're a practicing Muslim, and this particular thing, if you do it, you don't feel ashamed of doing it, this means that's permissible. Go ahead and do it. So, for example, I'd like to play squash with a friend. Do I feel ashamed when people know that I play squash? No. Then go ahead. There's no problem in doing it. This does not apply with someone who is sinful, Because a sinful person does not mind walking in shorts in the middle of the street. Men and women are looking at him. You're exposing your awrah. He has no problem. He has no shame. He has no bashfulness. So this doesn't mean because you don't have shame or bashfulness, it's okay for you to walk like this. No, it is not. And the wording is, do whatever you want. On the day of judgment, you're going to be punished. So this can be looked at in both ways. And bashfulness or haya is a good thing. And it only brings good things. The Prophet ﷺ told us that bashfulness or shyness is one of the branches of Iman, the 60+ branches. Not only that, the Prophet was walking once and saw a man talking to another man. And this happens with us all the time. We may tell a friend, why are you so shy? Come on, be forthcoming. Be a man, speak out, demand this and demand that. The Prophet ﷺ saw a man addressing another, and he is blaming him for being so shy. The Prophet ﷺ intervened and said, leave him. Bashfulness does not bring anything except good. Al-haya la ya'ti illa bi khayr. Leave him. The feeling of bashfulness, of being shy, is a positive one. Now we're going to define, inshallah, which kind of bashfulness is, or which kind of shyness is positive and which is negative. Now, there are types of bashfulness. The highest and the best is what Allah implants in us so that we are bashful of Him. We are shy of Allah Azza wa Jal. And this results only from knowing Allah, from acknowledging His beautiful names and attributes, from knowing that Allah is close to His servants, overlooking what they do. And Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who provides for them and who helps them. This is the highest form of being shy of Allah. And a lot of the Muslims, unfortunately, fail to acknowledge Allah, fail to know Allah through His beautiful names and attributes. Give any one of them an A4 paper. Ask him to write the names of Allah he knows. And the majority would fail to go past 2 or 3 lines. If you ask them to explain the names of Allah, none would know what is the meaning of As-Samad. None would know what is the meaning of Al-Jabbar and how many meanings it has, and so on. So to be able to be bashful and shy of Allah, you have to acknowledge Allah's beautiful names and attributes and be aware that Allah is watching you. And this can be God-given, this can be a gift of Allah, and it also can be achieved through training. And those who are blessed by Allah to have it in them, built in them, they are blessed and favored by Allah. But those who don't, they have to work out and they have to train themselves. How do I train myself? Which gym should I go to? Well, it's not a gym. You have to surround yourself with practicing believers, practicing Muslims who are shy of Allah. When you are with them, shaitan finds it difficult to attack. The Prophet tells us, alayhi salatu wasalam, that the wolf does not attack except a stray sheep. If there is a herd of sheep, the wolf stays until one of these sheep goes out from the flock, from the pack, and the wolf attacks it. And likewise, a lot of the Muslims who suffer from depression or from OCD or from lack of iman and reduction in the levels of the belief, this is attributed to the fact that they are a one-man band. They're solo. They don't have any friends. Once they surround themselves with the Muslim practicing community, whether in the masjid, whether at school, they're all the time with these practicing brothers, you would find that your shyness of Allah, the levels of bashfulness are far, far high. Why? Because you are finding this present through the people that surround you. You learn from them. You adapt to their character and to the quality, the good high quality of their moral ethics and conduct by just being with them. This is one of the greatest means and ways of adapting to be shy from Allah Azza wa Jal. We have a short break. Stay tuned, and inshallah we'll be right back.
Allahu, Allahu, Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah.
The value of money in the hereafter will be measured by its proper use in the present.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة.
According to the glorious Quran, one of the best ways to use your money is to spend it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by spreading His message of Islam. Peace TV is a non-profit Islamic satellite television channel that is primarily dedicated for just that cause, the proper presentation of Islam. It's a great choice to invest in it and a golden opportunity to purify your wealth in a way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Support Peace TV. Send your zakat and donations to IRFI Arbaeen Bank, 47 Calthorpe Road, Birmingham, UK, B151TH. Pound account number 011-32301. IBAN GB49ARAY 30008301 132301. Sort code 300083. Swift BIC code ARAY GB22. Please confirm your contribution at support@peacetv.tv.
Support Peace TV, the solution for humanity.
Where truth is hidden, misleading quotations create confusion. Where truth is hidden, lack of knowledge and wisdom cause upheaval and commotion. Where truth is hidden, manipulated scriptures and twisted facts emerge. This very hidden truth creates false propaganda, mayhem, chaos, disorder, and turmoil in our lives and the world order. But is there anyone with courage and wisdom?
What is the truth and who has the courage to expose it? Because it's your right to know the truth.
Watch truth prevail and lies perish in Truth Exposed by Dr. Zakir Naik. Next on Peace TV.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome back. There are two types of shyness and being bashful. One is to be bashful of Allah Azza wa Jal, to be shy, knowing that Allah watches you and Allah hears you. So this deters you from sinning. This is always with you, and that is why you stay away from what angers Allah, because you are shy of Allah Azza wa Jal. The second type of shyness is when you're shy with the people. So maybe it's not sinful, but it is inappropriate. As in the case, if you are in a circle of knowledge, the sheikh is in front of you, and then you extend your feet in his face. You stretch your legs, and there's nothing between you and him. Is it forbidden in Islam? No. It's not mentioned in the Quran and the Sunnah, but it is inappropriate. Only people with no shame would do this thing. Even in front of their parents. You cannot stretch your feet, stretch your leg like this in front of your parents. This is inappropriate. So there are levels of bashfulness even with the individuals, with human beings. This is the level that keeps us away from being impolite. And bashfulness, as stated before, is an honorable feeling that deters you from doing bad things that may have an impact or an influence over your reputation, so that people would say that, look at so-and-so, he did this and that, this is inappropriate, what a bad thing to do. And the Arabs had this even before Islam. And that is why Allah selected them to have the message of Islam. And then it would be spread all over the world. Because at the time, they were the best of all nations in intellect, linguistically. Though they were the poorest, but they had things in them that they'd rather die than not do. They'd rather die than to beg people or to do shameless or shameful things. This is what, that is why Hind bint Utbah, the wife of Abu Sufyan ibn Harb, the mother of Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, may Allah be pleased with them both, or all, she went to give the Pledge of Allegiance to the Prophet ﷺ when the Prophet conquered Mecca. And when she heard the Prophet ﷺ say, give me the Pledge of Allegiance that you do not fornicate or commit adultery, what did she say? She said, Prophet of Allah, does a free woman fornicate? This is unimaginable. Does a free woman, not a concubine, does a free woman fornicate? And this shows you the amount of bashfulness they had as Arabs before Islam. Her husband, Abu Sufyan, when he was summoned at the court of the Byzantine ruler, and he wanted to ask him about the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Sufyan was at the time a mushrik, an idol worshipper. He was an enemy of the Prophet ﷺ. And the ruler kept on asking him questions. Abu Sufyan said, by Allah, had I not feared that they would circulate among themselves that I lied, I would have lied. But I was bashful. I was shy of people circulating among them that Abu Sufyan has lied. So this feeling was there even before Islam. Islam came to enforce, to strengthen this beautiful feeling in our hearts. Unfortunately, this bashful feeling that Hind bint Utbah had does not exist or ceases to exist perfectly nowadays. It is one of the most beautiful characteristics of a woman to be bashful. And whenever you hear of a woman being bashful, you feel that this is part of her beauty. And that is why a virgin is described to be bashful. The Prophet tells us, ﷺ, when there's a proposal for a virgin woman or a girl, then you have to display that to her. Tell her, so-and-so proposed to you. If she looks down and does not object, this means that she has approved of him. Why? Because she's a virgin. If she rejects him, she would object. No, I don't want this man. He's ugly, he's poor, he's old. But once she looks down and she does not say anything, the Prophet says that this is an indication that she has approved of him. Why? Because she's bashful, she's shy. Nowadays, unfortunately, girls are not like this at all. They have taken the veil of bashfulness and thrown it away. And this is because of TV channels, satellite channels that expose them to dancing and singing and love affairs. And not only that, even to homosexuality. So girls are not girls anymore. Boys are not boys anymore. Now, the Muslims, unfortunately, a lot of them have been exposed to different cultures and they've neglected their own religion and culture. And that is why you find them affected by the means of media, and you don't find this bashfulness in them. And this is something that has to be rectified and fixed quickly, because it is a branch of Iman, as the Prophet tells us, alayhi salatu wasalam. Now, being shy can be positive and can be negative. It's positive when it prevents you from falling into sin. It is positive when it is forcing you to fulfill the rights of others who need to have their rights fulfilled, like the parents, the wife, the children. So you're bashful you're shy, that if you don't be kind, people would talk against you, so you do this. It can be negative when it has the opposite effect. For example, if your bashfulness and shyness stop you from seeking knowledge, then this is negative. Scholars say that knowledge cannot be attained by someone who's shy and someone who is arrogant. The shy person sits in a circle of knowledge, listens to a lecture, has 6 or 7 questions in his mind, he is unable to understand, yet he fails to ask questions. Why? He's bashful. Why didn't you ask? I was afraid people would laugh, maybe they would think I'm stupid, I'm this or that. This is wrong. This is negative form of shyness. Likewise, the companions were completely unlike this. Sulaym, may Allah be pleased with her, one of the great companions of the Prophet, the mother of Anas ibn Malik. She goes to the Prophet ﷺ, and the wife of the Prophet, Salama, is there. And she says, O Prophet of Allah, Allah is not bashful, Allah is not shy from the truth. If a woman sees a wet dream, does she have to offer ghusl? And the Prophet said, ﷺ, if she ejaculates, if she sees the ejaculation water coming out, then she has to perform ghusl. Salama said to her, you have exposed women. What kind of question do you ask? And the Prophet said, ﷺ, hush, don't talk like this, Salama. She is learning her religion. So this was not to do with bashfulness or shyness. She had to learn her religion and she had to ask the question. The shyness that prevents you from forbidding evil and vice is not a positive shyness. This is not a recommended bashfulness. This is being simply a coward. When you see evil, when you see vice taking place and you do not react, why don't you tell these people what they're doing is wrong? I'm shy, I'm bad. No, you're not. You're a coward. This is negative and you are sinful. You have to go and tell them, why aren't you praying? Why are you drinking intoxicants? Why are you listening to music? All of this is haram. You have to go and address them. And unfortunately, shyness has disappeared from earth, or almost has disappeared. The common denominator between the disbelievers is the love for nudity. And this is what made our forefathers, Adam and Eve, peace be upon them, descend when they ate from the forbidden fruit and they saw that the clothes and the things that were covering their aura has disappeared. If you go to the jungles of Africa or the jungles of the Amazon, they are disbelievers, they're kafir. I'm not talking about the Muslim ones. The Muslims are different. The disbelievers, you will find them sharing the same qualities of the civilized disbelievers. The common denominator is they're both disbelievers, and not only that, that they praise nudity. And this shows you that bashfulness and shyness has disappeared. You would find a woman wearing nothing on beaches. You would find men wearing nothing in sports clubs. What is this? Don't you have any shame in you? Don't you have any shyness of people looking at you? So, no, this is my body. I can show it to whomever I want. Islam forbids this and fights this. You can show your body only to your spouse. He's the only one, or she's the only one who can enjoy this. But it's the same thing. Nudity in Africa, in the Amazons, and nudity in nightclubs and on nude beach camps. Why? Because they do not have the iman, the belief in their hearts. And as the Prophet said, ﷺ, if you have no shame, do whatever you wish to do. And this is exactly what they're doing. These forbidden relationships, these nudity magazines, TV stations, on the streets, on billboards, it's corrupting the society. And they don't feel it, they don't know it. but this affects their marriages, it affects the family, it affects the schools, it affects the teenagers, it affects everybody. Yet they fail to recognize this. This is all the time we have. Until we meet next time, fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahu, Allahu, Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah. Allahu, Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah.